welcome to my channel. Today I decided to make this video even though I am so low on energy. I felt called to do this video because of the whole Wizard Liz Landon situation, and I felt like I had to say something about it. Not directly about the situation between those two. I have nothing to say about that, honestly. I'll keep my opinion to myself, but I do have something to say about the fact that so many women are commenting on videos like that, saying that we as regular women can't trust men because all men cheat, and how can we trust them when they cheat on girls like Liz, for example, and so many others. Everyone is so like, oh, if they cheat on women like this, how can they not cheat on us? And I felt like I should probably say something about that. Now, my first video, I was really mad. I was mad towards men because of the way men currently behave, kind of like they're losing their masculine energy for some reason, which is still a mystery for me, but we're not here to talk about that. We are actually here today to talk on behalf of the men who are actually doing their own thing and actually working on themselves and who want to have something real, and to give hope to women that feel like they can't trust men because of people like Landon. So I'm going to give some advice that me included should be aware of. Now, this is not because of lack of awareness. Sometimes it's lack of boundaries and attitude, which I am also guilty of. So this is a call to action for you girls, for me, and for any men who want to give some feedback on this video at the end. So let's start, shall we? So first of all, I want to start by saying that you attract not what you think you're talking about, but what you actually believe in. So you may be saying things like, I want this specific type of man, but deep down you're believing something like, I don't deserve this type of man, or this type of man doesn't exist, and you're setting yourself up for failure from the beginning. So what I would first start by saying is change your inner dialogue. That is the first thing you should probably do. You don't attract what you think you want, you attract what you believe in. So you might think, I want an amazing man. But if deep down you're believing that you don't deserve that type of man, you'll never manifest it into your life. You'll keep attracting the kind of men that you believe you can handle. So that might be people who gaslight you, who manipulate you, who are amazing at the beginning and then just turn into, assholes. So you should really start by doing the inner work, like shadow work, for example, or taking care of your inner child. If you keep repeating it to yourself and to the point of actually believing in it, that's what you are going to manifest. However, if you keep doubting your manifestation, then that's gonna have a hell of a delay. So I'm going to start by saying that, and we're going to jump to step number 1. Stop watching content that doesn't align with your goals. If you click this video, women like, I think her name is Shira or something like that. I don't know who she is, but I do know what she talks about. I think I catched a glimpse of one of her videos on TikTok saying that you should basically just use men for money and let them cheat. I'm not sure if that's what she speaks about in all of her content, but that was the glimpse I got. And let me tell you, that speech has so many limiting beliefs at its core that if you want to have a healthy, loving relationship with someone, you should never watch that type of content. Never. That type of content will only reinforce your beliefs that you can't have that type of relationship that you desire so much. So if you want to have a loving husband with an amazing family and build a home, if you watch content like hers, what you will end up manifesting is a man that will probably cheat on you. Because that's what you're telling your subconscious mind constantly, that men cheat, that you can't find someone who is capable of loving you that way. And that is not good for you. And honestly, I don't think that's healthy at all, but that might just be my opinion. I do think this is a weird type of speech, honestly. I think you should have boundaries. I'm more into content Liz does Although right now there's a whole drama around her and what she speaks about. But Liz is young and she's going through something that maybe she wasn't counting on going through. Her current experience should not invalidate what she preaches about. Let me just leave that here. You can have real love and connection. You can. If you believe in it. Now, again, if you want that type of connection and you're watching content like Shira, I'm sorry to disappoint, that's exactly what you're going to manifest into your reality, because that's what you're telling non-stop to your subconscious mind. All men cheat. Which brings me to point number 2. Men are people too. They are human. And even though people keep demonizing them, they have feelings. I know, what a shock. Men also crave love and affection and comfort and peace, mainly. If someone who's hurt attaches himself to a woman who's also hurt and none of them are willing to heal, that's the recipe for chaos. People should be willing to actually work on themselves and their triggers and their traumas before they jump into relationships. That's something I truly believe in. However, it doesn't always work that way, and that's fine too, if it doesn't bring problems to the relationship. To spread the word that all men cheat and that you are going to be cheated on anyway, so just use them. If you think about it, that type of speech being spread like that are what makes men experience the kind of hurt that makes them play with women as well. So it's like this vicious cycle. Women believe that all men cheat, so they are going to use men for money and money only, and then this specific woman with this idea meets this man who actually wants love, but he can't get anything else from her because she doesn't believe in him, and he can't actually feel at peace with her because money is all she wants. So they have this weird relationship, this weird dynamic where he's being used and she's just there, so he will settle, and then eventually that ends, and then she jumps to another man for money, and he starts believing that women can't actually love him, so he will have that type of behavior towards everyone he meets. And this is like this never-ending cycle where people can't actually be honest and open about things to each other. Now, not everyone thinks like this, obviously. I don't think like this. I don't think this makes sense. I haven't had a relationship in so long because I feel like if I want to waste my time, I will just waste it on something else. I want to invest in someone, and I want that someone to invest in me, and so I'm not wasting my time in meaningless relationships or casual stuff or anything like that. So take my advice as you want. Now, I'm saying that men crave love too, but that doesn't mean you need to teach men how to love or receive love. Have boundaries, know your worth, and don't settle for a man because he doesn't know what love is like. He hasn't experienced it when he was young. If you try to teach a man how to love or how to give love for so long and he's still not acting the way you need him to, then you should probably just move on and stop acting like his mom. You should not have that responsibility. So boundaries are really important. I'm not saying just give anyone a chance because they have childhood trauma. We all do. It's up to us to grow from that. So we shouldn't have to stay in a relationship for years hoping that someday eventually he will learn how to love us. If he hasn't learned until now, if you're investing so much time and he still hasn't learned, that's not your job anymore. It shouldn't be from the beginning, especially now. You invested a lot of time and maybe now it's time to move on. Also, don't let him know too much too soon. Don't give everything away on the first or second or third date. Unless you are officially dating and you're getting to know each other slowly, don't just tell him everything about yourself. Don't tell him everything you like in a man, everything you're expecting, and especially not everything you have tolerated in a man in the past. Don't go around telling him that your ex treated you this way and did this and did that and you tolerated all of that, because you're setting the bar for him. Whatever you tolerated in your past relationships, that's exactly what he's going to do. So just tell him the good stuff, and eventually when your relationship is stable enough and has the foundations, that's when you can be actually open about your past and the way people mistreated you, because then he has the emotional connection and maturity to actually understand what that means for you and treat it with respect. Point number 3, you should not be looking for high value men in places like clubs. The men you find in those places are there for a reason and one reason only, and unless that's what you want and that's what you're looking for, that's fine. But if you're looking for a long-term relationship, that is not where you're going to find these men. So don't waste your time there. This point is so quick, I'm not even going to waste any more of my time talking about it. Point number 4, and I feel like this might be a little weird for some people, but I live by it. Leave it up to fate. Stop looking. When you stop looking for things, they have this mysterious way of finding you. So when you stop looking for a man in a relationship, that's exactly when that amazing man in loving relationship will find you. And focus on yourself. Point number 5, write it down. I live by it. Write everything you're looking for a man in a piece of paper or your notes in your phone, whatever, just anything you can think of. And do not forget the bare minimum, because the universe doesn't know what's the bare minimum for you. So you need to write that down as well. Like if you want someone who's loving and only has eyes for you, just write it down. Do not be ashamed and do not be, don't worry about being picky. Just write it down. Now this is where tough love comes in. You see that list? Imagine that man. Imagine he's standing right in front of you. Now look at you. Are you a match for that man? Everything you're demanding from him, do you think you can give back to him? So if you're asking for a man who is a provider, can you provide something in return? If you're asking for someone who's patient and caring, are you someone who's also patient? You want a man that has no baggage. What about yours? Did you take care of it? So what I'm trying to say is you can have all of these demands, but you also should be able to give back, not just ask and demand things from someone when you do not have the ability to do the same for that person. He's not here to save you. He's here to be a match with you. You're here to be a team, not each other's savior. You're meant to be his partner, not his project. Because if you want a high value man and you do not want a project, chances are the high value man you're looking for feels the exact same way, and he also doesn't want the project to work on. He wants a partner to grow with. In most relationships, it's not give and take. It's just take, and you give nothing in return. And then you go around telling how your boyfriend or your girlfriend sucks when you're not playing your part in the relationship. Maybe we should practice more awareness when it comes to that. So work on yourself, but do it with focus. Do it for you, not as a means to an end. Not like I'm going to do all of this work on myself so that eventually the right person will find me. No, that should not be your focus. Your focus should be yourself for now. Work on yourself, focus on your life, your projects, your friends, your family, anything that you need to grow as a person, and eventually love will find you. This brings me to point number 7. Do not mix the two. You don't have to be fully healed to find love or for the love to find you, but you should definitely be honest about the process. Heal because you want to be better for you, not him. Because when that type of work, that type of inner work is superficial, you will also attract superficial. You will most likely attract someone who's also healing on a surface level and not exactly going deep, and probably for the same reason as you are too. Find someone who can bear with him because he's doing the bare minimum. We are not doing bare minimum here. We are doing the whole thing because we want the whole thing. So let's not half-ass the process. Let's be honest and focus. And please do not let yourself be tricked by someone who's really good at pretending to be one. Because sometimes what you see is a really good player who is really good at playing the part of being a high value man who's serious and caring and dedicated. And sometimes that's not reality. They just know so well what you're looking for that they know exactly how to play the part. And that is why I mentioned that you should never give too much away too soon. So take your time to get to know each other. Do not overshare, basically. So to end this video, I will just leave here some traits that I consider to be the traits of a high value man, and some of them are just my personal opinion, some of them are just common sense. So to start, a high value man is self-aware. He has respect towards women. His actions match his words. He's good at communicating. He's a good listener. He's very honest and open. Does not beat around the bush. He doesn't play games, and he doesn't like when people play games with them. So if you are a woman that is trying to get a high value man by playing games, he will know and he will not like it. He's really focused and aware of his own limits and boundaries. And he will also try to know yours, and you will not cross them. You will respect them. If he wants to be with you, you will know. If he doesn't want to be with you, you will know. He's not afraid of vulnerability, whether it's yours or his own. He will be open about his insecurities if he has any, and he will embrace yours and most likely try to make them smaller. He probably doesn't overreact or is impulsive, and he most likely learns from his past mistakes so he doesn't make them again. He will also probably avoid drama and codependency. Also, I truly believe that a high value man is kind and genuine. This is my honest opinion. This is the way I see a high value man. You might see him in a different way. And I feel like we really shouldn't be talking about them in a way as if they are objects or like an ATM. I feel like that is really depressing. They are human beings as well, and we are pulling back as women, as we should, but we should not be demonizing them. Again, they are human. They make mistakes as well. I'm not saying what Landon did was a mistake. I will never defend that type of behavior. Someone who cheats once will cheat again. I do believe that. Landon was an example of what to avoid. So we should not treat all men as if they are all Landon, because that is not the case. I have a lot of male friends, and they are the most amazing people I've ever met. And I'm so grateful for them because they teach me a lot as well. So we should really not treat everyone as a cheater, because that is not what this is about. This is about being human, accepting each other or learning from each other, and knowing when to say no and when to stop something from getting worse. This is about knowing what you want and not settling for less, but also having compassion and empathy towards other people as humans, not just women, everyone. So if you watched till the end, thank you so much for being here. I hope this was helpful. I hope I gave you a little bit of hope and something to guide you on how to find love, I guess. Do not give up hope. There are really amazing men out there, and they're just waiting to find you. So take care of yourself, and I hope you find the most amazing love. You deserve it. Thank you.